Guys, my lips are like chalk right now. It is getting hot in Hawaii, and the weather here is just a little bit cuckoo. So, by the way, this is my shea butter. I like this shea butter. It's a Fenty Beauty. It just helps with chapped lips. Knowing in Hawaii, sometime, all the time, it's always dry. So, because we don't put all the extra stuff on it, I like this brand with this color, which is the Sweet Mouth. And it's a natural color, but the shea butter that it's mixed with, it definitely, helps you out and make sure that you are, um, that your lips get the nice little nurturing that you supposed to have. Oh, by the way, I am currently at the Dole Plantation charging because I ended up on the other side of the island and the security just hovering around, just watching me. I guess he thought I had the car on. I was in a car by myself, and or I just left it out there. So they always come in eye hustling. But I am at the Dole Plantation right now, charging for the first time, and I decided I was going to go live with you guys. Welcome back to Life with Paulette. Today is one and only Reset Tuesday, and we are going to be resetting whatever we are having going on in our lives. Right now I am releasing it. I am praying on it, and I am working on resetting my spirit. And the only how you're going to reset your spirit is when you release it. You got to let it go, right? You got to let it go. That's what we're doing today. We are releasing it. We're praying on it, and we are letting it go. That's all we can do here. Because life is going to be life, and regardless of where you at, what you're doing, you could be like on the end of a bridge, and life can be start lifing you, and you got to figure it out, right? We can't stay there and just be complaining, hovering, and just oohing and ahhing over situations. We just got to learn to face it. And sometimes when you're facing it, it's painful. Yesterday I found out that my son's medication, I shared that with you guys yesterday in regards to my son's medication, that, we may or may not be getting that medication because we as parents, we didn't know that we had to tell the doctor that we were need the refill that we were going to get it ahead of time. And that long story where the doctor needs to give approval because it's a narcotic drug, and you're not able to take that. You have to finish the ones that you have prior in order to get to the other ones, so that we're going through that. And that's the only stressful part of getting ready for any type of vacation. So that's why I'm telling you guys today that I've learned that things that I can't control, I just got to learn to let it go. And that's what it is. Yesterday, the doctor did not get back to us. We checked this morning. He still haven't gotten back to us. So we're going to give him until tomorrow. We only have until tomorrow before we leave for the next couple of days in order to do those last minute things. But learning to release it. I'm releasing it. I released it already. I already prayed on it. If it's to be, it's going to be. And if it's not to be, guess what? The Lord's going to figure something out. I have family members on my other side where I'm going, and their doctors, they'll have to prescribe something until I can get back to Hawaii, and pick up my son's medication. I do have, for those that's worrying, oh my gosh, Pauletta's leaving, and she don't have the medication this time. So last vacation I went on, the medication was in the carry-on that the airplane took from me on the way into the airplane. And then all of a sudden, guys, I ended up with only 5 days worth out of a 2 weeks vacation with my son's medication. So at this point in time, I just want you to know I'm in a better position because I have all the way till July 8th with my son's medication. So I can give him a half dosage here, half dosage there. So I'm not stressing like how I was last time in the middle of the ocean with no medication because they took my carry-on from me on the way inside of the airplane. And by the time they put it on a conveyor belt, somebody had picked up my suitcase. That was my last trip. But we ain't going to talk about that because we don't want that to happen this trip, okay? We do not want it to start like that. This trip, we are leaving 2 days prior to our boarding to make sure if any hiccups like that ever happen to us, we will have at least 1 or 2 days to gather ourselves. It wouldn't be an hour, okay? So hopefully this journey that I'm going on with you guys and I'm taking you all on this vacation with me is not chaotic like last one, okay? On another note, like I said, I am having issues or concerns with my son's refill because we didn't have the doctor put it in. He failed to put in that it was okay for us to receive that medication prior to the final dosage, and because we're traveling they have to put some kind of like little, override. They can't override it, so that's the only thing that I'm having at this point in time with my son's medication. But I do have enough until July 8th, so in between that, keep prayers. I need all your prayers that everything goes well, even though we're on another side, that he can arrive back here on this island in one piece and we don't have to be stressing about over nothing, okay? So that's all I'm asking you all to just pray for me. But because of that scenario that's out of our control, I released it already. I handed it to God. I'm not worried about it anymore. I'm not stressing about it. We still have over a month worth of medications. So my vacation is going to be a total of a month and a half. So I won't be back here until next month, guys. After the 15th, Paulette will be back here. So I'm just letting you all know, if y'all not seeing me on these streets, shouting you all out and saying hello to you guys, is because where I'm at, there's no signal, there's no internet, or the internet is just doing whatever it want to do. You all already know when you're talking about going to any other area, their internet could be wishy-washy, meaning 1 minute is in, next minute is out. So I got to go based upon their internet system in order for me to communicate with you guys. But I'll try my best to come on at least once a week or twice a week. I don't know. We're going to figure it out together. But that scenario with my son's medication, I released it. I already prayed on it last night. I prayed on it this morning. And you know what? I am definitely resetting today. Since it's Reset Tuesday, I'm resetting my spirit. I'm not stressing about it anymore. I'm not, you know, worried about, oh my goodness, this and that is going to happen. What if, you know what? That child belongs to God and he has him covered. And I can't stress over something that I can't control. So enough about that. But that is what my reset's going to be about. I'm resetting my spirit because I've learning daily on how to let things go. And once I let it go and allow God to jump in and activate, guess what? It's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. So, how are you guys doing today? Let's go into these chats. How is everybody doing? Hello, Sister Tanya. Welcome in, Sister Tanya. Pray all is well with you guys. By the way, I wanted to say, Sister Shelly, I think she already had her surgery, so keep her in prayer as she's on the road to recovery. So just wanted to let you all know that. Sister Tanya, I know that we had an amazing conversation the other day, and just let me know, sister. You already know what we talk about. So keep me posted. You can either text me, even if I'm on vacation. I got time for you. You know that, right, sis? Okay, you're all right. Call your sister. Just say today is the day or tomorrow is the day, and we're gonna make it happen for you, okay? Let's see. Hello, Sister Jolene. Welcome into Life with Paulette. Thank you guys. Welcome to coming back to Life with Paulette on Reset Tuesday. Like I mentioned to you, we're resetting in the spirit today. We're not stressing over nothing today. We ain't stressing over anything that's gonna take away our little calmness, our peace. We are putting it aside, letting it go, releasing it to where it should be in the first place, and then you pray on it and then move on. That's all we can do, right? We acknowledge that there's situations. I know life is life and with everybody, life is life and with you too. But most things we can control. Majority of it we can't, and what we can't control, we got to release. So make sure that you all are releasing, that you're praying on it, and then keep it moving, okay? So that way your spirit can make room for the Lord to come in and fulfill his needs instead of yours, okay? All righty, let's see. Sister Sonia says, Sister Paulette, me and my son were just talking about the same thing, medication. What are we going to do? It's crazy that you mentioned that, because this medication is no joke. Let me tell you, you go work. By the time you go to work, they bring in the medical, and they tell you you're going to pay a portion, right? You're going to pay a portion off of your paycheck. So you're paying into that, right? But then even you're paying into that every month, they're pulling out a certain amount. you still have no control over that because the government, I guess they have that where the government is hovering over those because they're narcotics. So if you're traveling, if you have epilepsy, like I told y'all yesterday, my son have epilepsy. He can't travel and get double dosage. Like if I want to pick up and get like two big bottles of Tylenol or two big bottles of whatever other medication and just carry it with me, because over the counter. When you are on narcotics like epilepsy, which is seizures, any type of narcotic medication, and you're planning on traveling for more than 4 weeks, I just want you all to know, make sure that you're communicating with your doctors and you're letting them know ahead of time that whatever information that they got to input up in there, that they're specifically saying that that you're going on vacation, that the pharmacy has to override your vacation timing on, they have to input in there when you're leaving and when you're coming back, and it has to make sense. The doctor has to be aware of it because we have 1C2C individuals that do sell their medications, especially if it's narcotics, and instead of them treating themselves, they're selling it to for money, and they're receiving money and doing drugs and all that extra stuff. You all know what I'm talking about. So what the government did, they put a handle on all these narcotics. Like if they're doing, I don't know, because there's a whole lot of craziness still going on, even though they have a handle on some of the medication. But for the innocent, we got to punish for the guilties. Okay, so because there's a few handful of people that does do the wrong things, everybody's punished now. We can't just go and override just by word of mouth. We have to make the doctor tell us that we can do it or not. So yes, sister, we have to make sure that our medications are ordered ahead of time for refills, especially if you're traveling. The doctor needs to know. We need to communicate more. I know they normally say don't tell the doctors everything. You don't go and sell yourself out. You just tell them what you need to know, and that's it. But sometimes you need to tell them a little bit extra. Like, I'm going on vacation. I'm going to go for like 6 weeks, and during that 6 week process, I just want you to know that I'm going to need extra medication, so that way he can input it there and he will have it in his mind. Otherwise, guess what? You can't travel because you don't have the medication. So you are bound. Okay, so make sure you're all communicating the right things with your doctors. um Give me 1 second. Hello, Sister A Brown. Greetings, Sister Mercy Carr. How are you today? Hope all is well with you. Welcome into Life with Paulette. How have you been, sister? How has everybody been? Hope everybody is finding themselves healthy today, wealthy, in the spirit, and across the board, even on finances. Okay, eat a little bit of everything. You all make sure that you are okay. You all are well. I pray the best for each and every one of you guys. You all know that I love you. You know that I love y'all, right? Sister Mercy, they said amen. Sister A Brown says amen. How have you been, Sister A Brown? Hope all is well with you as well. I've been seeing you, and you be out in the yard. When you get tired of your yard, you can always come to my yard and help me pluck some weeds and grow some plants and flowers and rose beds and all that stuff. I like to see it all cute and pretty. Now I don't have the energy to go do all of that, but kudos to all of you guys that love to get outside, especially I know summer is coming along and you go in there and you just get all your whole little self together, just outside, just cutting your roses and fresh flowers. I love all the fresh flowers. However, though, I don't see me being the one to go out there and do all the weeding of it and all that. That's too much work for me. I can't do that. So I'm not gonna. That ain't for me, okay? But you could bring me the flowers so I could put them in a nice little vase. And I could take a picture with it, and I could be like, "Oh, it's so cute." But somebody else got to do the work. Y'all don't already know how that is. Sister Mercy is green. Okay, Sister Tanya said, "I keep telling myself, don't panic, don't panic, sister, don't panic." Let me tell you something. When life is life in you, that's what the devil wants to do. Remember, he is going to eat off of your panic energy. He wants you to lose your peace so that way it makes him feel like he winning. So I've learned, yes, we're humans. You're going to have a little slight little panic of the ooh and the ah. But when you realize who is the head of whatever's going on and who's in charge, then you'll be like, oh, why am I worried about it? It's already going to be taken care of. You just got to pray about it. You pray on it and you release it to God. You pray on it and it all will work out. But remember, you still got to put the actions in now, okay? It's like, your prescription is out and you need to call the doctor in order for him to put in a refill for you, but then you want to release it and then you want to pray on it, but then you're not putting the actions in to get it refill. Guess what, sisters? Come here, come here, come here. it's never going to get refilled. You know why? Because you have to put the action in order for the activation to happen. All right? So make sure you all are calling in the doctors. You're checking up and getting your refills done, getting your prescription taken care of. But it's not going to happen even if you lay a prayer on, because it's not going to be proper prior planning, and you will have poor performance all the way, because you first have to follow the step. And with every step, there's a process. So for all of y'all that, yes, you love to release things and you love to pray on things, but if it's not properly, appropriately done, the steps, nothing's gonna happen. Okay, God can't activate something that's not fully putting, you didn't put the time in. You gotta put your time in. So make sure you're calling, make sure that you all are setting up your appointments, you're checking on yourself, because reset is not only just saying reset, it's putting action towards it. Like today I told you guys, I am resetting my spirit. I have to, because I'm not gonna allow situations around me to just disturb my peace. So I have to reset myself in my spirit. Okay, I'm resetting so I can have fresh space for the Lord to work His will and not mine. And boy, I can tell you, this flesh be wanting things that's not even on God's agenda. Okay, I be wanting things. You know, you want things too that not on God's agenda. He's like, no, you know, you can't have that. You shouldn't do that. And he's been, you listen to you. We don't listen. We don't want to listen because we want that 200 pairs of shoes that we know we don't need, but we want it. And the Lord is like, nope. Every sign of red flag to not go and spend or do something that you know you can't afford, all of a sudden that's what you want. And guess what? You ignore the signs. You're going to do it anyway. Wrong decisions. So if your decision is not aligned with God, trust me, I don't care how much you reset, you're gonna just be right there in that little puddle of that little small little circle, like a cycle going around in circles, and you're not going nowhere because the process is not laid out correctly. It's like the fried chicken effect. Remember I told you all about the fried chicken effect, where you had to catch the chicken, but we don't have to catch the chicken, but you know the process. There's a process. After you cut it up, you got to skin it. Some people like to take the skin off. Some people love to fry their chicken with the skin. Some people don't like the skin because they're trying to save a few calories. I don't know how you do your stuff, but at the end of the day, you frying that chicken and you don't have no seasoning on that, that is unflavored. Okay, it don't taste well. So that's like anything in life. If you're not following the right process, it's not going to function well. The red flags is going to be there. It's going to be untasteful, and at the end of the day, it's it's going to be ready to be thrown away in the trash. All right, so make sure that you all are following the steps. You're releasing, you're praying on it, and you are making room for the Lord to move and direct you in the right paths. Let's see what else is saying here. Um, Sister Mercy say, I'm truly blessed. Thank you, Sister, for Paulette. Been very busy. Yes, ma'am. I understand. I mean, we all busy life. We all are here. Life is life, and we all have busy life. But at the end of the day, you know what? We check in every once in a while. When last did you check in with your sisters? Or you check in with your brothers? Or you check in with a family member or that friend that you just had thrown in a corner for the last 2 million years, and you have not checked in, nor you haven't followed up? Hmm. When last did you do that? Make sure that we are checking in and we are following up and following through too, not just followed up like a dry little, hey, how you doing type of stuff. Make it mean, do it with intentions. Do it with intentions. That's what we really need to do. Sister Mercy say, amen. That is so true. Sister A. Brown say, that's right, Sister Paulette. Sister Mercy say, that's